Alcohol. Here in 2017, hearing the word alcohol brings a lot of mixed emotions. Most Americans understand both the risks and benefits that can be associated with alcohol, seeing as it's advertised nearly everywhere. Alcohol is very easily accessible. Being that is legal, alcohol is sold at many gas stations, grocery stores, liquor stores. As long as they're wet counties, alcohol is there. Many big businesses promote alcohol in a way that illustrates if a person is to use alcohol, then they can fit in socially as well as look good, feel good. And of course, who doesn't want that? The issue is they also don't show the negative side of alcohol, the side that no one wants to talk about or really deal with. And there's a lot of big issues that come with alcohol. So going back to the social context of alcohol, alcohol can be seen as a social buffer or lubricant. Essentially, alcohol is there in big environments such as bars, concerts, graduation, weddings, even funerals, family gatherings, you name it. Alcohol in the social context is used to ease the awkwardness that people often associate with having to talk to those people that they haven't seen in a very long amount of time. Alcohol can help you become loose, relaxed, whatnot. But there's also a side of alcohol that's very dangerous. Alcohol brings about problems such as DUIs, underage drinking, and hazing that is often seen in fraternities. So starting with DUIs, drunk driving is obviously a very big issue. It takes the deaths of many Americans every year, and it continues to happen. And why is that? Well, alcohol is very addictive. Being a drug, alcohol, once in the system, feeds the user and often exuberates dependence on alcohol. So while alcohol is a depressant, it slows the body movement of basic motor functions. So obviously driving behind the wheel while drunk is very dangerous. This also causes an issue with underage drinking. The age limit of drinking in the United States is 21, as most know. But of course, the age of most college students going into college is 18 right out of high school. So this obviously poses a big threat. And a lot of underage drinking can be seen at big parties and often seen at fraternities. With a lot of these parties, there is a big lack of education. Most kids coming out of high school have never tasted a drop of alcohol, and they don't know the difference between a 12-ounce beer or, let's say, they get a shot of whiskey. There's obviously a big difference there, but they just don't know it. They don't understand the proof or, inner workings of alcohol and different alcohols, how it affects their body. So with that being said, hazing in fraternities is also a big issue. Hazing involves the excessive consumption of alcohol in very short periods of time. And hazing has often resulted in deaths in the past couple of years, which is obviously a big issue. Fraternities now have a lot of liability and legalities that they face because of alcohol-related deaths within the fraternity. So with that being said, what are the pharmacological factors of alcohol? What does alcohol physically do to your body? Well, for women that are pregnant, it can pose a threat known as fetal alcohol syndrome in young unborn babies. This includes deformities in the face and also the mind and the brain makeup of the baby, and they can be stuck for life with that. There's also effects such as cirrhosis, long-term effects such as cirrhosis that alcohol does on the liver, basically destroying and hardening your liver over time, making it unable to be used. And lastly, there's also the issue dealing with alcohol that is also biological, and long-term, or short-term, I'm sorry, excuse me, known as hangovers, which obviously is just causes nausea and makes your body feel uneasy after a night of drinking, which most Americans don't mind dealing with. But it still is an issue that alcohol presents itself to be. So what is the takeaway of this PSA? Essentially, alcohol can be dangerous if the user does not understand all of the risks associated. Smart heads-up decisions with alcohol can lead to alcohol being a good thing, and used in the right context, alcohol can be a good substance and okay. But used incorrectly, alcohol can destroy your body and also destroy your mind.